We're here with Pac-12 Offensive Lineman of the Week, Brian Driscoll. If you have questions for Brian, let me know in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get started. So please go ahead, and if you know you're going to have a question, just put it in there, and we'll have it in the queue. We'll go ahead and get started with Jeff Ferrato. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Brian, congratulations. How you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Can you talk about how you thought the offensive line played Saturday and how much bigger jump it's going to be to play against Auburn on Saturday?
I think the O-line played really well. I think we dealt with a lot of adversity. We had a few guys go down. A lot of guys stepped up, and at the end of the game, a lot of guys got playing time. I definitely think that was a step in the right direction, but I think we know that we left a lot out there, and we're really excited to, continue to grow this season. Obviously, we're playing we're going to play a really good defense, and we're really excited to take on that challenge.
Okay, we'll go to Matt Moreno from Cal Rivals.
There was a lot of support for you after you won the award yesterday, from teammates, a lot of different people. What did it mean to you to see that support and then, also win that award, knowing that you had to switch positions between, in the course of a game?
It was really cool. It was, award was a surprise to me. I didn't know I was even nominated for it or anything. I think I had a flat tire and I was trying to fix that, and I got a text from my parents. So, it was a big surprise. But it's really awesome. It's a really cool award. I'm really thankful. I think as well with O-line, one thing that you also have to say is, I wouldn't have had this award without my teammates. You can't play offensive line with one guy. You can't have one performance without one guy on the offensive line. So really, that award went out to everybody on the line. I think we had 7 guys rotate through that first group. I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful just for my my teammates and the other O-line. That was a really fun day for us, I think.
Okay, we'll go to Thomas Dunn for Right for California.
Good morning, Brian. Congrats on the award.
Thank you.
What was it like shifting positions once again? There was some experience last season with doing some, but what's like jumping back inwards and with the unknown status of Sindo? What's it going to be like possibly doing it again this Saturday?
I can't speak for the Saturday, but I think, going from guard to center, Blesh has always prepared for everything. In meetings, he's always talking to all the guys that could play center about what the calls are, what looks we're looking for. I think that's just up for, the way that we prepare as an offense and the kind of standard that we set as an offensive line to always be prepared to be that next man up.
Okay, we'll go to A.P. Stedham from Auburn. Go ahead, A.P.
Hey, hi, good afternoon. What is it like to block for 2 different styles of quarterback?
I don't think it's necessarily something we think of in the moment. It's definitely, I haven't really ever played with a mobile quarterback like Sam. I think it's something that you kind of see as the play goes on. You just have to keep going. But I think that's all, like I said, kind of like the standard we set as an offensive line is to play through the whistle. Just sometimes the whistle's going to be a little later for a mobile quarterback.
Okay, is there anybody else with a first-round question yet? Okay, we'll start the second round, and feel free we'll entertain follow-ups. We'll go back to Jeff Ferrato.
There was a lot of talk through last year that the offensive line was one of the weaknesses of the team, frankly. How determined are you guys to flip that and become perhaps a strength, and how do you think you're progressing toward that?
Yes, I think that's something that we definitely took note of this offseason, and I think it was something that we really weren't satisfied with last season at all as well. I don't think you can come back from last season being satisfied with the record that we had. So I think our goal this entire offseason, starting in winter, as soon as Blesh came in, he told us, we want to be the unit that wins games for this team. And I think that's something that we're going to continue to strive for every week. It's not something that you can just do 1 week and then next week expect it. I think one thing that they've been really great about this week is continuing to push us and making sure that we're never satisfied as an offensive line.
Does the Auburn game give you a measuring stick to how far you've come?
I think they're going to be a really good defense, and we're really excited to go against them. It's going to be a good challenge. Measuring sticks, I don't know if we ever really think about that a lot. I think we're more just focused on doing what we can to win and doing everything we can to improve as an offensive line.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to A.P. Stedham.
What is your perception of an SEC team, and do you happen to know anybody on the Auburn team?
I don't know anybody on the Auburn team. SEC, Southeastern Conference. No, they're another conference. We're excited to play them. I think Auburn has a very rich history. It's really exciting to play against a big brand like that. I remember watching like Cam Newton a couple of years ago when I was a little kid. It was a lot of fun. And now to be a college player playing Auburn, I think it's really, it's something that I don't think a lot of people get to do, and so I'm really thankful for it every day.
Okay, we'll go to Thomas Dunn from Right for California.
You mentioned how Coach Blush talks about anyone who could play center and having to deal with the counts. How multiple do you guys have to be under Coach Blush, and how crucial is that in your guys' preparation?
I think it kind of depends on the player. I think there are a few guys that I think across the board, actually, most guys have played either like left guard and right guard, left tackle and right tackle. It's not obviously the main thing that we focus on. Obviously, everybody has a primary position, but it is something where it's like you can't fall asleep in meetings when Coach Blush is given the right side to note when you're a left guard. You have to pay attention to everything. And I think that just kind of goes to show what kind of like room he has, where we're always paying attention and, commands attention to make sure we're paying attention.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Matt Moreno from Cal Rivals.
How exciting is it as an offensive lineman to hear that the game plan is going to involve quite a bit of running and trying to do work on the ground?
Really exciting. I played the wing tee in high school, so I love running the ball. It's great. I think, like I said, running the ball is the most fun for an offensive line. We just get to run block, don't have to worry about finesse or anything. Just kind of get to pound the rock, so that's always fun.
Okay, anybody else with a question for Brian? Got Jeff Ferrado. Go ahead, Jeff.
Brian, after you won the award, you said you heard from your parents when you were changing attire. Did you ever hear from your grandfather?
He sent me a text, just congratulations, very nice of him, And I have I couldn't have asked for a more thankful family across the board. My family's always supported me, and I'm very thankful for it.
All right, thanks.
Okay, anybody else with the last question? Okay, I think we're good. We'll have Brett Johnson in here shortly.
Thank you, guys.